Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Welcome to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I am Red Melissa, and as you can see, I am still on location in Atlanta. Yes, yes, yes. So I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to Morning Sip with Red Melissa. I am Red Melissa. SIP stands for Spirit in Practice, where we practice because practice makes progress. So I hope wherever you are doing well. Good day, Linda from the mountains of Colorado. Good day, everyone joining in. So Marco and I are still in Atlanta because of all the snow that fell in New York on Sunday and Monday, the blizzard. So our flights got canceled, 2 flights got canceled. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We are quite comfy and cozy at my brother's lovely home in Atlanta. He's like, y'all just move here. Y'all just move here. The girls are like 20 minutes away. The other one's 2 hours away. Just move here. It's very tempting, y'all. It's very tempting, especially with the weather. But here we are. Hey, Shay, here we are, making the most out of a situation that is totally out of our control. And so that got me thinking about what I could talk about this week, because I don't have any of my things with me. I don't have any of my, what's that word? Whatever. I don't have any of it with me. And it's okay, because I love talking about what's happening in real time. I love talking about what's happening in real time. And so what's happening in real time for myself and Marco and many thousands of people who have been impacted by the weather conditions and flights, thousands and thousands of flights being canceled. As a matter of fact, in New York, the airports were shut down. So there were no flights coming in, no flights going out at LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark, and all the other smaller airports in those areas. And so what do people do? Right? So I have one of my friends who's also traveling, and she is in California trying to make it back to New York. And of course, all her flights have been canceled. And we were talking yesterday, and she was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore because you're just too positive about this whole thing. Now, granted, her situation is a little different because she's not staying with family in California. She's staying at a hotel. And so she's having to extend her stay at the hotel, but she's there on business. So her company will reimburse her for any additional expenses she incurs. But she has just been in such a down mood about the whole situation. And I'm like, girl, it is what it is. What you gonna do? All that I can control is how I respond to the situation. And we know that, right? I see you say Cool Rice talking about start packing. Don't let Daryl hear you say that. All that we can control is our response to the situation. So that got me thinking about this very popular saying that I heard ever since I was a little girl, that when life gives you lemons, what do? You make lemonade. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. So that is our series this week. Lemons, lemons, which I happen to love. Just as a sidebar, I love the sourness and the bitterness of lemons. I could just suck a lemon just like that. I love it. But in this regard, lemons are seen as, when life gets sour, when life gets bitter, or you have bitter experiences, what do? When your flight gets canceled, not once, but twice, what do? When you get inconvenienced, what do? Do you fuss and moan and vent and cry and complain? Or do you say, okay, what good can come of this? What is the opportunity here? Either way, it doesn't change the situation, right? So in this situation, thousands of people are having to deal with the same situation, flights being canceled, right? All of these people, I'm not in this alone. Thousands of people are having to address this as well. And there are probably a multitude of responses and reactions that people are having to this situation. And so we could apply that to any and every situation in our lives. How we respond. Do we make lemonade out of lemons, or do we do something else that brings and keeps our vibration low? I am interested in opportunities where I get to make a conscious choice to raise my vibration, to lift myself up, to see through. Now, that doesn't mean I don't have my moments, y'all. That does not mean I don't have my moments. When Marco said he got a text from the airline saying, y'all should reschedule your flight because it may be canceled, right? They sent that warning on, I think, Friday or Saturday. And I was like, honey, we should change our flight now while there's options. He was like, oh, let's wait and see. Totally different reactions, right? Totally different responses. I'm more like, let's be proactive. Let's just change it now. My husband's more like, let's just wait and see what happens. And after being married, after being married to this man for almost 24 years, there are some things that I just say, okay, honey. But my intuition said, they're going to cancel that flight. And when he goes to check to see what our options are, they're going to be limited. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to go with it, right? It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. So instead of getting into a fuss and a fight about it, I just, for some things, not all things, don't get it twisted, but for some things, I'm just like, okay, honey, we'll go with what you want to do. And what happened? The flight was canceled. We had to reschedule the flight. There was limits to what was available because thousands of other people already rescheduled their flight when they first got the text. So now we reschedule our flight for Tuesday, which is today. And here we are. Because what happened? Today's flight got canceled on Sunday. I guess after they realized this is like a real blizzard. So not to harp on that, y'all. It just makes me laugh. The point is, when life gives us lemons, what do? I love a tall, refreshing, ice cold glass of lemonade. I do. So I make lemonade. I look for the opportunity. So what's the opportunity, right? I get to see my girls. So we are here in Atlanta because this weekend was Spelman Family Weekend. And one of our girls go to Spelman, the other one goes to Tuskegee. And so we got to spend the weekend, most of the weekend with the one that goes to Aria, who goes to Spelman. And then Zola drove up from Alabama, which is only a 2-hour drive. And we got to spend their 19th birthday with them on Sunday. Sunday was their birthday. Shout out to Shay, who also celebrated her birthday. Shout out today to my girlfriend Taronda and Athena's, whose birthday is today. There's a lot of birthdays in this February 20th to about February 26th window. Marco's mother's birthday is this week. So it's a lot of birthdays towards the end of February in my circle. And so we got to spend their birthday with them on Sunday, which was planned. And then the plan was to leave on Monday and head back to New York. So now what do we get to do because of the blizzard and the flights being canceled? We get to see them again before we go back to New York. So today we're going to drive to Tuskegee and spend the day with Zola. And then tomorrow we're going to go back over to Spelman and spend a little bit of time with Aria. That would not have happened if the flights weren't canceled and there wasn't a blizzard in New York City. So what a blessing, right? And if we just take a moment and pause when stuff goes awry, if we would just take a moment and pause, give yourself that 1 minute piss off time, right? Set your timer to a minute, and I'm going to be pissed off for a minute about whatever the situation is. I'm going to vent for a minute. I'm going to complain for a minute. I'm going to feel sour about it for a minute. And then release that and see what you are grateful for. Because there is something in any situation that happens, there is something that we can choose to be grateful for. And oftentimes we are not grateful when the things are happening, right, in real time. It's usually when some time has passed and we can look back, right? And we can see how that situation was a gift, a blessing, an opportunity. So the invitation is when life gives us lemons and we make lemonade. The invitation is to be in the gratitude of it in real time, to the best of your ability, to remember, oh, shoot, this is crazy. I remember when something crazy happened the last time. I get to choose to be grateful for it now. And then just tune in and see what is available for you. I promise you there is something there. Even if it's just some little thing, there is something there that we can see and hold on to encourage ourselves, right? To not give up, to not fall into that trap of, oh, something bad is always happening. Oh, this is the other shoe that fell. Oh, why don't things ever work out for me? Oh, why don't things go the way I want? That whole conversation, that whole dialogue that we could get caught up in, it is unnecessary or necessary, depending on how you want to look at it. Because for some, it's necessary to go through that process, right? To go through that process of being pissed off or angry or upset. You know what I say? Feel your feelings. It's important for us to feel our feelings. Don't suppress it. Don't repress it. Don't deny it. Don't ignore it. Feel it, right? But we don't have to build a house and move in and live there for 20 years. We can choose to be in the gratitude. So that's where we're going this week. We'll see what comes through. When life gives you lemons, do you make lemonades or do you squish the lemons and throw them out the window? What do you do? What do you do? So let me check in with y'all and see what some of you have to say about this. All right. So Shay is laughing. All right, birthday woman. Linda saying they have clear skies and no snow on the ground. All right, Colorado. Shay said I was in New York and if it snowed like an inch and my flight was canceled. Y'all can't handle Colorado's. All normal life continues uninterrupted. You know, I hear you, Shay. I hear you. I think they've gotten better with not canceling flights when there's just like an inch of snow or whatever. But this was a blizzard, which means there were winds of like 40, 50, 60 miles per hour, in addition to a whole lot of snow. In my town, we got over a foot of snow. I think we got like 16, 17 inches of snow. Some places got 36 inches, 3 feet of, can you imagine? 3 feet of snow in some areas. New Jersey, Long Island, Connecticut, all got, and other, like, it was a northeastern. So Boston, it was, a lot of places got impacted with high volumes of snow. So yes, if a flight gets canceled, I'm like, okay, because better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. So you could be inconvenienced and alive. I'd rather that, right? Be inconvenienced and alive. That's right. If that's your biggest problem, I count myself very fortunate. Amen to that, Shay. Amen to that. Yes, Linda, cause and effect and action. Yes, those choices that we make, cause and effect and action. Indeed. Shay said, no, get your ass to school. Doesn't even matter. Wow. I was surprised that they made, in New York City, they made Monday an official snow day. Because what they had been doing is making it a remote day for the kids. So I'm glad they got an official snow day where they weren't on platforms doing school online, because they've had enough of that during COVID. So I'm so happy the children got to have a snow day. I don't know what happened today, but in Mount Vernon, in my town, schools were closed today as well. I don't know about in New York City. They even had a travel ban. So you couldn't even be on the highways in New York. They lifted the travel ban yesterday at noon. So from Sunday to noon yesterday, unless you were what they consider essential, you could not be outside driving on the roads. That's how bad it was. So Fee, a full-fledged, beautiful blizzard. It was magnificent. Of course, Fee, you finally got your wish. Your wish has come true. You got to experience a full-fledged, beautiful blizzard in New York City. Yes, yes, yes. And they ran in it, y'all. I know that's right. They ran in it at 9:30, and it was truly beautiful. The yummiest, delicious lemonade was made Sunday and Monday, and today looks like spring will spring up in a few days. Isn't that wonderful? Yes. The yummiest, delicious lemonade. I know that's right, Fee. Good for y'all. Good for y'all. Well, I'm enjoying the weather, although it's a little chilly in Atlanta right now. Over the weekend, we had like 70-degree weather. It was beautiful. But it's sunny, it's just a little breezy. I'm good. I'm good. So we'll continue this. I would love to hear your lemon stories. So if you had some lemon stories that you made into lemonade in your life, please share. You could send me a direct message, or you could share it on the show. That would be wonderful. So I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful today. Make lemonade, y'all. Make lemonade. How you respond is what matters. Look at what you have control over, which is not much, but a lot. It's not much, but it's a lot. How you respond is key. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We are living life in joy, sipping on lemonade. Yes, we are. Live life in joy, y'all. Connected to your yes.